Hello everyone. Welcome to Recipes Galore. Today we are going to make a leftover surprise. I made a vegan dish on Tuesday and we're going to take that vegan dish, excuse me, I'll tell you these allergies. We're going to take that vegan dish and we're going to flip it around and we're going to make something new. Same flavors, but just add a couple of ingredients to it and make it new. So, what I made on Tuesday was some curry sweet potato. It was like a stew almost, and I served it over rice. But I put some of it in the freezer because we couldn't eat all of that, and my husband's like, this needs some meat. It needs some extra to it. I can't just eat it like it is. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll do something else to it. So I'm taking that recipe and I'm adding to it. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to add to it. I took some shrimp. These are raw shrimp. If you can see these. Let me turn it around this way too. These are raw shrimp. What I added to this bag was the raw shrimp, and I added some ghee. That's G-H-E-E. This is coconut oil and ghee. Can you see that? I added about a tablespoon of that to this bag, and I added a tablespoon of ground cumin. Now, I started letting these marinate about 2 hours ago. And I set them out on my counter so that they will be room temperature, and because they'll cook more evenly at room temperature. And I wanted them to already have that cumin flavor before I add them to my recipe, because this is going to go quick once we get started. Now, I also made some more potatoes just to add to what I had. I just took a potato. This is one potato. I took a potato and I peeled it, diced it up, and I boiled it for like 15 minutes till the potatoes got soft. We're also going to add about a half of a medium red onion. I chopped it up finely. Let you see that. And we're going to take 2 tablespoons of raw sugar. Sugar in the raw sugar, better known as turbinado sugar. You see it right there on the bag, it says turbinado sugar. So if you buy in bulk, it is cheaper to buy it in bulk, but as a matter of fact, I bought this in bulk at Costco because they don't sell this size bag in the regular grocery store. So it is cheaper to buy it in the bulk. I did grind up some fresh ginger. This is my ginger root. I just cut off a chunk of that. I just took some of my ginger root. This is my ginger root that is cut up. And then I took about 1/4 of a red bell pepper and 1/4 of a orange bell pepper, and I chopped it up. So, and then I have some, let me hold them up, garlic cloves. I'm using about 2½ of these. I'm gonna mince them up into the pot. And we're also gonna need some coconut cream. Now with my original recipe, I used coconut milk, but coconut cream works too. So we're gonna use some coconut cream, and we're gonna use some red curry paste. I like this red curry paste because it's not as spicy, and because we're adding ginger, that's gonna be hot too. So we're gonna get started. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to turn my fire on. Turn it up some. And I'm going to add some ghee to my skillet so I can saute the ginger and the the red bell peppers and the orange bell peppers and the onions. So I'm just going to add like 2 teaspoons of ghee. I'll let you see what it looks like on the inside if you can see this from the glare of the light. It's kind of a yellowy looking substance. So I got my oil going. Twist my pan so I can get it all over the bottom of my pan. Okay, first thing I want to add is my onions. And then, let me take my, I'm going to add my peppers and my ginger in here. There we go. And now, I'm going to use my microplane and I'm going to mince my garlic in. Now we're going to stir these up in our oil so that we make sure they get all covered with our oil. It smells so good. I'll let you see what it looks like. What I have in my, you see that colorful? That's some yummy eating right there. And now I'm going to add some cumin. I'm going to add 3/4 teaspoons of my cumin. So I'm going to use my little 1/4 teaspoon. There's 1, 2, and 3/4 teaspoon. Now let me stir this up so we can get all this good cumin flavor in these vegetables. We got the cumin in there. Now I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of sugar in the raw. And it's just going to kind of caramelize the vegetables. Now I'm going to let you see what I have in my pot. Because I got my vegetables caramelizing. And they have like a brown tint to them now. See that? Those leftovers that you have in your refrigerator, you can create a whole new meal out of them. Just have to be creative. Find some of the same flavors that you use in whatever you are recreating and make something new out of it. And everybody think that they'll never know, oh, that was leftovers? Yeah, that was leftovers, but you'll never know. I'll never tell. Okay, so I'm going to add my coconut milk to my vegetables first, and then I'm going to add my curry. Ooh, y'all. You not hear that? It's nice and hot. Now I want this to start bubbling and boiling because I'm going to add my shrimp to it next, and I want it to be hot so when I put my shrimp in there they will cook quickly. Let me let you see what this looks like boiling. You see that? That's the vegetables and the coconut cream. Okay, so now I'm going to add my red curry paste. Now I'm going to add all this curry paste. And just so you know, this is a 13.6 ounce can of coconut cream. It's basically the standard size that it comes in here. I don't know what sizes they sell in your grocery store, but I'm just letting you know the size that I am using so that you will know. Now, let me stir this up and turn this down just a little bit to medium high heat. And stir this up, and then I'll let you see what's going on and what it looks like. So I like to show you all what it looks like along the way so you have an idea as to what your when you're cooking and you're wondering, am I doing this right? Does this look right? You'll have a visual so you can see what I am doing. Now, let me show you this. And make sure you have a big enough pot. Can you see that? I'm going to tilt it just a little bit to see if you can see it. I don't want it to fall out of the pot though. Right now, I am going to add my shrimp that has been marinating in some cumin. Some ground cumin, and about a tablespoon of ground cumin, and about a tablespoon of this, let me turn it around, coconut oil and ghee. We're going to add this, our coconut milk and vegetables and curry is boiling, so I'm going to squeeze my shrimp in there and let it cook for just a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add my potatoes and my leftovers, and we'll be done. Quick, simple leftovers. All I did was take a vegan meal and add some shrimp to it in here, and I'm going to give it a couple of minutes to cook, and you'll know your shrimp is getting done because it'll start turning red. Now this is raw shrimp. This is not already cooked shrimp. Yes. Pescatarians eat fish, so this would be good for a pescatarian. I'm turning a vegetarian vegan meal into a pescatarian meal. And because the meal that I made on Tuesday, I put over half of it in the freezer. And so I'm bringing it out again tonight for dinner, but I'm making it into something new. Because my husband's like, I need some meat. So I'm adding shrimp. And my shrimp is almost done. Now that my shrimp is almost done, I'm going to add the potato that I cut up and boiled. Add that in there. Since the meal was originally sweet potato curry, now I'm going to add my leftovers, which was my original sweet potatoes, and it had kidney beans in it, and I added some rice. So I'm just going to add my leftovers in here to the pot, and it had the same flavors, the curry and the cumin, and I used coconut milk when I made that. So I used coconut cream this time. So I'm just going to add my leftovers into my pot. So basically all I did was add some shrimp to it. That's basically all I did, and add some rice. And I'm going to mix all of this up so it can get heated up together. And our meal is done. Just adding these flavors to the old flavors to the new flavors. And this shrimp is going to make it pop. I'm going to add some salt and pepper to it to give it some little taste. What I have in my pot as it continues to warm up, and those shrimp get all nice and cooked. There it is. You see what's in my pot? Squeeze this lemon into half of this lemon in there. And a little trick that I do with my lemon is I don't have to worry about pulp. I don't have to worry about lemon juice, just like this, into my recipe. And I don't have to worry about pulp. I don't have to worry about seeds. And this would be the one time that there is only one seed in this half of the lemon. This is ready to rock and roll. And we have our meal. There we go. And it's so, it looks like pumpkin. It's a fall meal. That's what I love most about it. It's a fall meal, one of those fall meals. Even though I'm in Texas and it's like 85 degrees outside, I still like my pumpkin spice in the fall. I still like to carve my pumpkins. I still like eating, making pumpkin bread and pumpkin pumpkin pie, pumpkin. I still like my fall, and I like my sweet potatoes and apples in the fall because it's just, it wouldn't be fall without it. Now, I'm gonna let you see my final product. I'm gonna turn this stove off so I won't burn myself, and I'm gonna lift this up so you can see my final product. And we have some curried shrimp with some sweet potatoes and some kidney beans in there and some rice. It is yummy, yummy. Now, we're done. You can find this recipe and other delicious recipes on my channel, youtube.com/AskTheNanny.